Hey guys, my name is Rich, and I just decided on my 2007 Nightster that I'm going to do a speedometer relocation to the left side of the gas tank, and then eventually I'm going to get a drag bar and replace the stock bars with a drag bar. And it didn't take too much, a lot of guys have this out there, but it did take me a little bit of research to figure out how to do it appropriately. So I figured as I do it, I'll go ahead and film it, and you guys can watch and hopefully figure out that you can do your own. I know I went to the Harley shop today and to order the top clamp, and I know the guy there said that somebody just paid them to do the speedo relocation for them, which first things first, here's my bike. Like I said, 2007 Nightster, pretty stock. Stage 1 upgrade. I got the Screaming Eagle intake and the Vance & Hines short shots, but everything else is pretty much stock. This is the speedo housing, the regular one that comes with it, and as you can see, there are two bolts here on either side. You could loosen them up with a 3/32 Allen key, and I already loosened it up pretty much most of the way. One thing that I will note though is that when you put it in and you think it's good and in there, it really may not be. So make sure it's really deep in there before you start turning it, or else you may end up stripping it. All right, then we just take those off, and as you can see, the back just comes right off. All right, pretty easy to take care of once you get this far. You just pull the tab on either side, and the speedo pops right out. You actually may want to pull this little rubber surround here to get it out more easily. But there you go. All right, what it looks like from the front, and then from the back. So I'm just going to put that off to the side, and then I'll show you step 2. By the way, you're going to notice that on the front of this there's also another rubber surround right here. You want to leave that on, and you most definitely want to save the one that I just showed you that was kind of holding it all in place, because we're going to use that later on the relocating. You're going to see that little button where you can use to reset your trip meters as well as to set the time and all that. It's actually a pretty easy fix to get that off of there. All you got to do is unscrew it. Let me see if I can get a little handle here on how I can do that for you guys. But just simply unscrew it just like that, and it comes right out. Definitely want to save it, so I'm going to move this to the side here, and then what I'll end up doing is probably just screwing this little piece back on for now, so that we can use it for, to get it back on there later when I relocate the wires down to the left side of the bike, which is where I'm going to do it. Now I'll just tell you now, so you don't have to wait and realize, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Right here on this little bolt, that's where I'm going to be putting my my cluster or my gauge holder. I'm going to unscrew this, pop it right on there, and then the meter will be right here. And from what I've read online, there shouldn't be any clearance issues, but we'll back. See. So what you notice is that I put a pretty thick cloth on the tank to cover it up, just because I'm going to be working with some Allen keys. In this case, to loosen these 4 top clamp bolts, I'm using a 1/4 inch. And I didn't want to scratch up the tank or anything like that. I think it's wise of you to do the same. So there's my 1/4 inch Allen key. I just loosen these all up. I'm going to pull them off the top, and it's going to look something like this. Just give me 1 second here while I pull it off. The dummy lights, which are right in here, left signal, right signal, all that kind of stuff. I don't even remember. They're still locked in. So you're just going to flip it over, and on the end here you're going to see they're held in by 2 little points on either side. So I'm just going to go ahead and unscrew those. It looks like I might need some star keys, though hopefully not. I'll try it with some Allen keys and let you know how it goes, and then that'll come right off. So I unscrewed the those little star screws, I don't even know what they're called, from the back of the dummy lights here, and I think a 5/64, yeah, 5/64 of an inch Allen key worked, and it took it off like a charm. So now you have this front piece right here. It's actually pretty heavy. I thought it was plastic, but it feels like it's metal. You're gonna want to pop from either side these two little things out, and you're gonna get the these little indicators on the front off of there, so you can use them for later. So please make sure that you don't get rid of these. All right, take these off, including this little plastic thing, which actually shows all the stuff that you'll be using, and you're going to keep those for later. Alright, at this point, my original plan was to keep this bad boy and just saw off around here, so I can keep the top clamp here and keep this piece right here while getting rid of that. But I actually went to the Harley dealership, and in stock, so I would assume it's not too uncommon to find, they have a regular clamp, which is just this piece, and I ordered that for about 40 bucks. You can get aftermarket ones for about $15, or you can be a joker and get the joker machine for what, $150 or $200, whatever it is, for their specially machined ones. It looked really nice, but you know, in this economy, just not going that route. So I'll keep this just in case something goes completely awry and I have to put it back on. But for now, this is just going to go to the side. I'm going to keep these for later, and you'll see how I mount up my dummy lights, because they're not going to go on the side by the Speedo. They're probably going to go right back up on top where the new top clamp is going to keep the handlebars down.